Female dancehall artist Ruffian was slapped recently with a 13-year sentence for a gun possession charge. And for people who don't know Ruffian, before we get into the details of the case, I'm going to introduce her to her.
Every juvenile, the gun in them on the street, suicide, violence and no love, it will hurt a child. Age 10 to 15, they from the murder file.
Ruffian, formerly known as Lady Shabba, is a dancehall artist who emerged in the 1990s. Real name, Sharon Peterkin, was born in Spanish Town and raised in Portmore, St. Catherine. She attended Bridgeport Secondary School and had an interest in obtaining a musical career from as early as 15 years old. This passion became her motivating drive to excel in that field and led her to the studios of Shocking Vibes, Sly and Robbie's taxi label company, and producer Steely and Clevie. Her first recording was a dancehall single titled Stick to Your Man, was produced by Steely and Clevie. Known as Lady Shabba back then, and in spite of her obvious potential of becoming a mega dancehall artist, Sharon experienced some extreme challenges. In an interview with Reggaeville, she recalled hanging out at studios for hours and even being locked out, but most disappointing of all is being denied a great opportunity. Lady Shabba did demos for some of the most notable producers in the business, including King Jammy's, which she recorded a single titled Ram Ram on Jammy's Kingston 11 label. The song reportedly did well in the Caribbean and shot to the top of Trinidad dancehall charts, but it was long after its success that Lady Shabba learned of its impact and the fact that a promoter had traveled to the island to book her for an event but was told she had died. Lady Shabba was aggressive and understandably so, but her attitude was not good for her music and was oftentimes illustrated not only in her performance but lyrically. She knew that if she wanted to make it in the mainstream market, she knew she had to tone down. She needed a change. She then became a mother and started to view life from a different perspective. So in 1999, Lady Shabba became Ruffian. It took some time for Ruffian to readjust as she wanted to make a significant impact on the industry. She wanted to sing about issues that touch her heart and become an advocate for the poor. She put her thoughts on paper and eventually she found a song titled Save the Juveniles. Save the Juvenile became a hit without much marketing and promotion behind it. The feeling was encouraging and one Ruffian had anticipated for years. Past experience and challenges had made Ruffian smarter, hence her decision to form her own label, Sugar Pan Production. The recording company was designed to create easier access for young talented artists to showcase their skills. However, Ruffian was the first to release a song on the label. Her first 3 songs are entitled Sex Sex Sex, Me Putus, and You Are, featuring Thriller You. Throughout her career, Ruffian has performed on several major shows in Jamaica, including Sting, Pepsi Teen Splash, Champions in Action, West Kingston Jamboree, St. Mary Me Come From, and Spring Break. The entertainer, who is now 59 years old, was arrested in May 2023 and charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition after members of the Area 5 Fugitive Apprehension Team acting on intelligence carried out a search at her Portmore, St. Catherine home. The weapon, which had the serial number removed, was found along with a quantity of ganja during that search. Peterkin, however, was not tried for the substance, though initially charged in connection with it. Peterkin's licensed firearm had been seized by the Firearm License Authority during a probe into another incident. In contrast, the 9mm firearm found on the premises was similar to the firearm she had been legally issued, but for the missing serial number. According to investigators, Peterkin, who pleaded not guilty, gave sworn evidence in her own defense during the trial, which was presided over by Supreme Court Judge Justice Callis Wilshire. Ruffian told investigators that she was involved in the rental car business and also sold clothing. Daniel Gutsmore, Ruffian's co-accused, had previously been granted bail in the sum of $300,000. He avoided prosecution as a previous judge had ruled that, although the allegations against Guzman was serious, he was regarded as a visitor to the premises at the time of the incident. According to police reports, at about 4:30 p.m. on Monday, May 20, 2023, a search warrant was executed on a premises in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine. During the search, the substance, 2 magazines with 19 rounds, and a pistol were seized. The police alleged that Peterkin declared that the Firearm License Authority had taken her license gun and she had to protect herself. Following an investigation, they were charged. This is not Ruffian first running with the law. On September 3, 2016, she was first reported as missing by the Jamaican Constabulary Force website. However, it later emerged that the female entertainer was detained by the United States law enforcement officials. Ruffian claimed at the time that she was in New York for an event, and on her way to the venue, the person assigned to pick her up ran a red light and cops later discovered marijuana in the vehicle. Ruffian said despite pleading her case that she was merely at the wrong place at the wrong time, she was detained by U.S. law enforcement officials. She returned to Jamaica in April 2017. Peterkin is now serving her 13 years and 9 months sentence behind bar following the trial in the Gun Court Division of the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston on firearm charges.
Yeah, man, I say I don't know at first it's the 90s, boss. I represent for Dancehall info. You see me, I say connect up right now. Make sure you follow the page, subscribe and follow and everything. You see me, I say support the movement. Polo shirt and my damn shirts, tight jeans with a bad clocks. Dancehall info. No boy, man, at first I represent.